一時集合場所です。避難場所ではない。
There's a neighborhood where foreigners are taught about the complicated disaster prevention rules of Japan by walking around town.
Okubo in Shinjuku. This bustling area is one of the largest Korea towns in Japan and has a large number of foreigners. They are teaching language students with some Japanese knowledge by doing disaster prevention walks so that when disaster occurs, they can help foreigners who don't understand Japanese or where to evacuate.
大きい災害が起きたら、なるべくその道は通らないでください。危ない。
Japan has complicated disaster prevention rules, but this event is designed to assist foreign helpers in learning the rules of disaster prevention more easily. The rules for where to evacuate during a disaster are particularly difficult.
避難所になる小学校にはこういう看板出てます。これ意味はですね、この避難所に入れる人はこの地域に住んでる人だけよって書いてるんですよ。
Evacuation shelters are for local residents whose homes have been damaged, leaving them with no place to live. They are not shelters for people who are visiting from far away and have nowhere to go. Then, where should they go in an emergency? There are places designated as evacuation areas, such as large parks, parking lots, and other wide open spaces, as well as facilities designated as temporary shelters for people who have difficulty returning home when the trains have stopped running. They're similar and difficult to understand, but each place has a different role, and this event is designed to deepen participants' understanding of these roles. After the walk was finished, we spoke to a participant.
私が迷っている人がいたら、うちは逃げるの場所と言って飛びます。
It would be reassuring for communities struggling with the language barrier if there were more helpers who understand the rules for their area and can guide the evacuation for other foreigners. Japan has complicated disaster prevention rules. Think about countermeasures for foreigners in your neighborhood ahead of time. If you don't know where to go in a disaster and don't know the differences between the places, you should visit them in advance so that you don't panic in an emergency. Once you know about the disaster prevention rules, try to build relationships so you can help foreigners who don't understand Japanese. What are they all looking for? A payphone?
OK ですね。音鳴る？OK ね。
The Kagohara Elementary School District Association in Kumagaya, Saitama, has been working on community disaster prevention by utilizing rarely used payphones and places to evacuate, like community halls, as checkpoints for a walk rally, confirming their locations and how to use them while having fun.
Why check payphones?
They can be very useful when disaster strikes. Their installation is required by Japanese standards. The payphones you see around town are an extremely important means of communication, and outgoing calls from payphones are prioritized in the event of a disaster. They are also free in the event of a disaster, work even during power cuts, and can be used for the disaster emergency message dial, so they really are a vital means of communication.
今ね、普段スマートフォンとか携帯電話みんな持っているのは当たり前なんですけど、公衆電話が災害の時に優先的にかかるっていうのはなんか聞いたことがあったので。
I see. We usually don't pay too much attention to payphones, so it can be difficult to recall where they are, even in your own neighborhood.
なるほどね。これ分かんなかった。
Cell phone service could be down during a disaster, So checking the location of payphones could help in an emergency.
This activity is killing two birds with one stone because you can get to know the faces of people in your community while having fun as well.
Cooking and serving pork miso soup at the finish area is part of the training too, which makes 3 birds with 1 stone. During a disaster, if cell phone service is down, payphones are a valuable means of communication. If you don't know how to use the payphones, it's a good idea to practice using them. Check the location of payphones near your home or place of work in advance.
The Uemachi Fault Zone extends through Osaka. The fault is said to have more than 3% chance of causing an earthquake under the city within 30 years.
What should we do to prepare for a disaster that could happen at any time?
The Izumi family, who live in Tennoji Ward, Osaka, are all certified disaster prevention experts. They're constantly aware of the importance of being prepared for disasters.
明日にも地震が起きるかもしれないので、私たちは普段の生活をそのまま防災に応用できるようにしています。
The family has offered to give us a glimpse into their lives.
There are lots of cans of tuna in the Izumi's home. The reason for this is that they can be turned into lamps. If you can buy and stock up on canned tuna, it will be useful in a power outage.
Cans of tuna are great emergency food too.
これも明かりになるんです。
Masaki, the son, suddenly took out a plastic bottle. At age 9, he became the youngest disaster prevention expert. He's carried out experiments related to disaster prevention based on his own ideas.
このライトだけだとまっすぐにしか光がいかないので、このレモンティーを上に乗せます。
I see. The light reflects and illuminates the surrounding area.
According to Masaki, a bottle of lemon tea created the brightest light.
いらっしゃい。
Dad incorporates preparedness into his hobbies.
災害時避難所ということ。
When he goes for walks, he sets a course that includes evacuation sites and manholes that can be used as toilets in a disaster.
This way he won't get lost in an emergency.
身の周りにあるものや行動を災害時にどう活用できるのかを考えてみるといいと思います。
Think of how to incorporate daily actions and objects into disaster prevention. It's a good idea to choose products and methods that will bring benefits not only in emergencies, but also in your everyday life.